Welcome to College Prep Confidential, empowering your student with the elite tools they need to get accepted to their dream university. Discover test-taking blueprints from Ivy League professionals, financial aid secrets to get more money for school, and mindset tips for a better college future. Now please welcome your host, Don Sebsick.
Welcome to the College Prep Confidential podcast. This is the pilot episode. I'm Don Sebsick, your host, and the goal of this podcast is to help you get more money and better opportunities for college prep. I want you to think of me as your teammate in your college prep journey. With that said, let's get started with episode 1, titled, You Are the Prize. You are the prize. When you apply to colleges, adopt this mindset. One more time, you are the prize. Now, what do I mean by you are the prize? Well, let me explain. You see, colleges stay in business from tuition. This tuition gets paid by students. So if you're a student, then it's students just like you who are the prize. If you're a parent listening to this, then it's your child who's on their way to college who's the prize. Now, as I was preparing for this podcast, I read an interesting Forbes article. And here's a direct quote. According to the National Association of College Admissions Counselors, no fewer than 288 colleges have so far reported that they, quote, have space for incoming freshmen, despite the fact that the official deadline for most schools has passed. I laugh at the phrase, have space. In fact, the quiet little secret in college circles is a 2-letter word, enrollment shortfalls. Now, colleges try to position their institution as the be-all, end-all of education and entry into the workforce. But without tuition, colleges are no more than a gargantuan piece of property. You see, when a college student who's looking to attend has an I am the prize mindset, the entire college prep game changes. Here's an example of how it works. Back in high school, I had a few college scouts come out to watch me play baseball. I eventually had 3 schools interested in me. The first offer I got to play baseball at the college felt weak and rushed. So I waited. During this time, I had a second school approach me. They moved slowly as well. When I went back to the first college and told them I had an offer from a rival college, things immediately changed. They made me an offer later that day, 50% higher than the first school. Funny how that works, isn't it? Suddenly there's a bag they can just pull money out of. Now this brings me to one of the top rules of negotiation. And if you're either a parent with a student who's getting ready to go to college, or you're a student looking to get into college, if you learn nothing else from this episode, I want you to hear this and write it down. Always have options. In the job world, when you have other employers chasing you, the game changes. People call you back faster. You get better offers like more money, more vacation, more perks. And employers value your time more. You get people to come to you. And of course, this is the position you want to be in, the chased, not the chaser. And just like the workforce, these same rules apply for college. The more options, the better. Remember, the only thing worse than a college losing a student's tuition is losing it to their competition. Why do jobs and colleges chase you harder when you have others chasing you? The answer, my friends, is a 2-word phrase you'll hear often: social proof. Human nature uses a little decision tool called social proof. You see, when people make a decision, oftentimes they look to what other people do. You see, we want what others have. We put value on what others value. When a college sees other colleges, especially their competition, chasing after you, they stop and ask themselves, This person has value. Other colleges want them. I want to know why. So I want them too. You've seen examples of social proof in real life, by the way. Bartenders seed their tip jars with money before the customers ever come in. Think about when you go to a restaurant. You pull up to the parking lot and you don't see any cars in the lot. What happens? The value in your mind immediately drops. In fact, you probably drive away. Now compare that with another restaurant with a line of people through the door and the parking lot filled with cars. The first thing that comes to your mind is, what's going on here tonight? It grabs your attention. And it's funny because it reminds me of the old saying, dogs don't chase parked cars. This quote speaks to status, whether it's the workforce or college prep. As you get more colleges interested in you, the process moves faster, and more colleges will chase you and respond to you. This, my friends, is the power of social proof. Besides social proof, competition from colleges provides one more benefit. People suffer losses more than they celebrate wins. I'm going to say this again because this is a weapon in your arsenal when you're prepping for college. People suffer losses more than they celebrate wins. By losing you to a competitor, another college that's a rival, the college loses face. It's embarrassing. It hurts their numbers. And just like the job market, the competition for talent rages daily. I say talent because you as a college student or a parent of a college student is eventually going to enter the workforce. And colleges need to refresh their numbers daily. They need testimonials from parents of college students and college students to bring in the next generation, the next class, to pay tuition. And colleges hate losing talented students to their competition. Now let's talk about another powerful lesson of having options: relaxation. When money's involved, people can smell desperation a mile away. But when you have options, you have more confidence. You're poised. You're not rushed. College recruiters can sense this. They smell it on you. You immediately raise your value when you have options. You see, with options, you have the ability to walk away from any deal from any college which doesn't suit you and your needs. Speaking of options, you want to know another way to get colleges to fight over you? Getting your grades in the top 25% of the student body. Here's an interesting fact colleges won't tell you. Colleges try to raise their rankings from U.S. News by luring top achievers with cash. Translation: if you score in the top 25% of your student body, you transform yourself into a money magnet from colleges. Here is the power of leverage. U.S. News and World Report, which I just mentioned, had another eye-opening article. In it, Yale's Director of Student Financial Services said the following, quote, "Seeing the copy of an award from another school often enables us to review the Yale needs analysis and ask additional questions of the family to help us in reviewing our calculation of the parent's contribution." Let me translate the corporate speak for you. If you have another offer in hand and a college like Yale is already interested, guess what? They're going to level up their offer. Keep this in mind when you're applying for colleges. The more colleges you have chasing after you, the better your financial aid is going to be. Colleges, just like jobs, must negotiate for the talent. And you, my friends, are the prize. You are the talent. You know, reading this article, I'm reminded of Archimedes, the famous Greek mathematician and philosopher, who had a great quote about what I just told you. "Give me a lever and a place to stand, and I will move the earth." When you have colleges chasing after you, you have a lever. That's your leverage. Remember, colleges must fight. They must compete for you. So you need to get multiple colleges interested. Let them fight over you, and you benefit financially. Remember the theme of the episode. You are the prize. Now, in order to give you full attention for your college prep success, I must also cover what not to do. And I like to call this the curse of one. You see, the power of having options helps you avoid limitation. You want multiple offers to avoid getting stuck in a corner. When you get stuck in a corner, my friends, you lose leverage. It reminds me once of a phrase I heard before called the curse of one. If you have only one source of something, think about what happens if the source goes away. You make yourself and your life vulnerable. A few examples. Suppose you drank water from a well every day, and then one day the well dried up. You'd die of thirst. Suppose you order food from one restaurant every day, and suddenly it went out of business. You'd starve. It's one of the things parents mention to me all the time. How do I get the best deal for my kid for college? And it's one of the first things we teach for our college prep planning package. The power of options. Always get multiple offers. Multiple offers lead to more financial aid. And if you're a parent listening to this, this means more money in your pocket. Money you could take to go on vacations. Money you can use to buy a new car or a new house. Money you can use to work on the dream project you've been thinking about for the last few years. All of this is made possible from the power of options. We even put this in a free training for parents. By the way, you can learn more about this at cpcshow.com. Once again, that's cpcshow.com. The free blueprint in this training shows you how to beat colleges at their own game, using strategies like the power of options via multiple offers. So I want to close out today's episode with an important tactic to negotiate with schools. Here's lesson number 1 in outsmarting colleges and getting the upper hand for college prep. Apply to multiple colleges. I would start with 5 colleges at a minimum, showing interest, and get at least your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to get at least 3 offers on the table. And then here's what you do next. You take those offers and you play them off each other. Go show them to the other colleges and show them what you got. And then you sit back and you wait and see what they're going to do for you. Always negotiate from a position of strength. So that's it for episode 1. I want to thank you for tuning in, and I will see you in episode 2.
That's all for this episode of College Prep Confidential. To discover how to give your student a better future by increasing financial aid, improving test scores, and reducing stress, visit our website at cpcshow.com. That's cpcshow.com.